Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Amy Carr Hilton and I know firsthand the hardships of figuring out how to recover from chronic pain and other chronic symptoms on our own. So I'm inviting you here to explore our pain mastery together because it is you who has the greatest power to influence your own pain healing. And I really want to share this experience with you.
So there are many ways to approach each of the three phases. So these three practices that I'm sharing with you as examples are not the only way. They're just the examples I chose to use to show you how the elements of care show up in each phase and how they must show up in each phase. So the first thing we need to do, the first phase, is to really get to know our context for feeling pain, to understand what the factors are in our lives that affect our balance of danger and safety. So in phase one, we dive deep into discovering the factors that creates our pain experience. And this is unique to us. To really understand our context, we need to become better at being with our emotions. Our feelings, how we feel about something, this is a mental construct. It's created in our mind. Emotions are different. Emotions are our limbic system responding automatically to our experience. Now, this does not happen in our mind. It happens in our body. And this is the key to understanding our pain context. So you'll get to practice this in the guided meditation to see how care elements are used in phase one of our healing.
So we'll practice mindfulness around emotional awareness. This meditation you're going to practice brings about a great deal of equanimity with emotions. Through practice, your emotions will not seem to affect you as deeply or adversely. Now, many people have trouble contacting their emotions directly. Even if we feel that we know what emotion we're having, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're contacting it directly. To contact an emotion directly means to feel it in the body. And this is the opposite of most people's experience, which is to relate ideas about the emotion. So here's an example. A person asks you how you're feeling. You respond by saying, "I am angry because," and you then go on to tell that person all the reasons you're angry. In this example, only the first three words, "I am angry," have anything to do with contacting emotion. All the rest of the explanation is a story. It's about concepts. So a fuller example of contacting emotions directly, that is somatically, would be to say, "I am angry. I can feel a sort of gripping tension in my belly that is uncomfortable. The tense area feels kind of twisted and sharp. Parts of it are throbbing. It also feels like it is radiating heat outwards." So notice that the cause of the anger is irrelevant. The practice here is to feel the physical expression of the anger or whatever emotion as completely as possible. Extended practice of this meditation will bring about skill at feeling. That is a tremendous amount of clarity in the emotional world, or emotional intelligence. And practice with this will also help emotions to process and release much more quickly and completely, because we're not holding on to ideas or concepts or stories around the emotions. The body processes emotion quickly, naturally, and fully. So in this meditation, you're going to feel the physical expression of an emotion as completely as possible. So to get started,
Just bring yourself into a comfortable meditation posture, whatever that might be for you today. And once you've settled into your comfortable posture, let's take a moment to breathe normally, bringing some awareness to your breath and just cultivating that direction of awareness. First to your breath, and then bringing that same awareness to an attentiveness to your emotions. Here you can notice if you're feeling any emotions, no matter how faintly. It's not necessary to know precisely which emotion you're having or why you're having it. Just knowing that you're feeling something emotional is enough, and guessing is okay. Once you detect an emotion, see if you can find its expression in your body. Maybe there's a feeling of tension, gripping, tightening, burning, twisting, throbbing, pressure, lightness, openness, restlessness, tickling. There's so many different feelings of emotion we can have in our body. So just check in and see what you notice. If you like, you can mentally make the label feel when you detect a body sensation of emotion. And other labels are possible. You might use emotion, for example. And each time you detect an emotional body sensation, try to actually feel the sensation in your body as completely as possible. Feel that emotion through and through. And see if you can completely let go of any ideas or stories you may have about the emotion, or self-talk you might have about why the emotion is arising. Over and over, as these stories, ideas, concepts about the emotion come up, just return to the body sensation of the emotion. Now, at first, practicing this meditation may make it seem as if the emotions are getting bigger. If they're negative emotions, this may seem overwhelming for a while. This is natural. It's occurring not because the emotions are actually getting bigger, but for two interesting reasons. The first is because we're no longer suppressing them. We're allowing them to actually express themselves fully. And the second is because we are observing them, actually feeling them somatically, very closely. Just as a microscope makes small things look bigger, the microscope of our awareness and our attention makes the emotional body sensations seem larger than they really are. Now, the good news here is that as the emotions express themselves freely in the body, they're being processed. And usually this means they'll pass much more quickly. And if we're feeling a positive emotion in this way, it may pass quickly, but the benefit here is that we'll also derive much more satisfaction from that emotion because our experience of it is so rich and complete. And if we're feeling a negative emotion in this way, we'll experience much less suffering from it because we're not resisting and suppressing it. So you can continue contacting these emotional body sensations for as long as you wish. Just coming out of the meditation whenever you feel ready.